Americans really be like, I'm standing next to Sakura right now. Yep, I'm standing next to Sakura. So if you see Sakura, this is her, because I'm standing next to her. And everybody in America laugh, but over in Japan, they literally be like having arguments that Sakura is one of the best characters in the show. I think America may have got it wrong. Let's see. Wait. Hold on. I just finished sending. Hold on. I'm gonna get it in a second.
What is your mark?
He gonna make it make sense. All right, so let's talk about one of the most controversial characters. No, not Gojo. No, not Goku. No, not Jinwoo. Hold on. Goku, Jinwoo, I'm a rapper. Okay. Anyway, not Goku, not Jinwoo, not Gojo. I'm talking about Sakura. Now, here's the issue. In America, Sakura has been deemed useless, meaningless. She had no meaning. Y'all seen her in memes. Even I've made a joke or two about Sakura. But in Japan, she's well respected. And I don't mean like regular. I mean well respected. So much so, if you look at the top 10 fights, I think she came in at number 1 or number 2, something like that overseas. She's well respected, and I'm not even kidding. But let's figure out exactly why, because that's been the issue. And today, first time ever, we're going to be using the peekaboo method.
But what is the peekaboo method?
I'm glad you asked. Disembodied space. Pretty much the peekaboo method is something that I designed where if you're debating anime, debating games, whatever you're debating, I think it's a solid little strategy. What you do is, boom, you see me, you take whatever you think that you know about something, you leave with it, and you come back with something else. You might come back with the same answer but more information. You might come back with a totally different perspective. But either way, we call it peekaboo because now you see it one way. When we leave, you're going to see it another way when it come back. Let's try that. So in Japan, she's hailed because, hey, she never gave up. She one of the realest characters in the show because she showed growth, even though Naruto and Sasuke vastly outweighed her in strength wise, whatever you want to call it, but still she never gave up. She showed relentless character. She showed that she could fight. She showed that she could hang with them, even in Shippuden. Japan hails her because she was on the battlefield saving lives. She was one of the top medical ninjas when everything was said and done. She was saving lives on the battlefield, and she was still putting up a fight. If you go down to Boruto, they still respect her because she was fighting. She put up like points on the board when it came to saving Boruto. You take a look, and Japan hails her in all those prospects, not because she's this and that, but simply because she was willing. Not just she was out there. She was actually willing to grow. They showed her weak. They showed her timid. They showed her not strong at all, and they went from that to actually showing her with some backbone, some fight in her, some bite in her. One of the most hailed scenes in anime Naruto wise is when Sakura was in the woods and she cut her hair. Not because, she cut her hair, or she ain't do nothing after that. You know how Americans talk. Japan calls it a deep character realization. Like, look, I need to cut this. That means I need to be a different person. So it wasn't just her cutting her hair physically. It was her cutting some strings, mentally. In America, we laughed at that. Okay, she cut her hair, but she didn't do nothing. She cut her hair, but she didn't do nothing at all. Like, she cut her hair, okay, cool, but then what did she do after that? In America, because they consider Americans instant. We like instant strength. When we met Tsunade, she was immediately strong. Americans like Hinata because I don't know actually why we like Hinata as much as we do. We just like Hinata. I don't know what it is. But for some reason, Sakura, because she wasn't instantly strong, because she wasn't instantly likable, America deemed her useless, worthless, even down to the fight when I think it was Zabuza. Was it Zabuza? No, I don't think it was Zabuza. Who was it? Anyway, the initial fight that Naruto and them had with the boy girl and the thing that was, all of that, they look at her like, hey, no, she weak. She could have did this, she could have did that. If she was stronger, she would have been able to back them up. But because she wasn't, they had to protect her, and they had to fight, and they had to do this, and they had to free Kakashi. They had to put a plan together on their own. Because she didn't help, she weak. That's how Americans see her, which, I mean, there's some certain truth to that, but she was young. That was her first fight out. Naruto and them was scared too, but they jumped at the chance. Like, look, I'm gonna prove myself. Even though Naruto went through what he went through and he got poisoned, he was like, look, I'm still gonna prove myself. Forget all that. Forget what y'all talking about. I'm still out here. So that even goes to show the difference how Americans feel when it comes to power, when it comes to ranking, when it comes to scaling. Like, look, either they strong or they not, and we don't mind growth, but for some reason Americans feel like Sakura's growth was too slow, and because it was too slow, we never gravitated towards her on the scale of how we did Hinata, on the scale of how we did Tsunade. I don't know. And number two, in Japanese, her voice is actually meant to be cool, meant to be less, I won't call it whiny, less whiny, but her voice is meant to be soothing, kind of youngish, and a lot of people say if you watch the sub, it gives you a different feel for her voice, whereas Americans feel like her voice actor was pitched in a way, or her voice actress was pitched in a way to make her whiny, make her annoying. So when you hear Naruto, you know, so-and-so and so-and-so, and you're not Sasuke, and that, when you hear that voice, Americans automatically put that voice tone, put that pitch to annoyance. So when we hear it, it ain't the fact that, oh, okay, well, you know, she's talking, but it's annoying. We're automatically annoyed when we hear her speak, because why are you talking like that? That, and the fact of what she said to Naruto in the beginning, like, you know, what she said to Sasuke about Naruto. He ain't got no parents. He ain't got this and he ain't got that. That's when, you know, Sasuke got mad. That's honestly one factor that put it in perspective of me. Like, I do not like her because of that interaction right there. I was like, bro, this boy, all his people is dead, and you talking to an orphan about an orphan. How you gonna talk to an orphan about an orphan? So I based my initial assumption on Sakura from that standpoint, because, you know, by then we didn't really know much about the characters, much about the show, but we could only go off of what we knew. But Americans deemed the voice as whiny, and in the sub, I'm guessing it's totally different. Let's see.
今行こうと思ってたの。シャンナロー、いつまでも子供扱いしてんじゃないわよ。I know, I'm on my way out now. How long are you gonna treat me like a kid? I'm a ninja now.
Another thing that made a certain group of people mad about Sakura was shipping. A lot of people felt like, even though Sakura, she played in Naruto face, she did all that, she did all this, Naruto liked her a lot, so they should have got together. They was mad about that. A certain group of people was mad that Naruto and Hinata got together, because Hinata had always liked Naruto. She had always wanted Naruto. I, for one, was on the Naruto Hinata train. Like, I hope they get together, because they would make a beautiful couple, and look, they made a beautiful couple. But regardless of that, and then there was another group of people mad because they wanted Naruto and Sasuke together. Why? I don't know. They ain't never showed instances that they liked each other like that or nothing like that. But needless to say, there was another group of people that was mad behind that. So the fact that Naruto did not get with Sakura made them mad. But it was the fact that most people are mad because of the fact that, one, he didn't get with Sakura. He should have got with her, is what they feel. And then two, that he got with Hinata, which made it even, you know, worse. So they felt like Sakura was done wrong. So if you're talking about people who are for Sakura, there's a lot of people who are for that, but they're for it for the wrong reason. It ain't even a part of her character arc. It ain't a part of nothing she got character related. It's just the fact that they wanted Sakura and Naruto to be together. Why? I don't know. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just here reporting the news to y'all like I learned it. And I've learned that there's a certain group of people who hail Sakura because of the fact that her and Naruto should have got together. They should have had a relationship, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But I'm on the Naruto Hinata train. I don't know what they're talking about. And speaking of shipping wars, there's another fan base who's actually upset with Sakura because she stayed with Sasuke. Even on the Shippuden, you know, she still liked him. Even with down to Boruto when she had his kid, and they showing it as a happy family from time to time. They was mad at that. They felt like Sakura hung on too long. They knew that Sasuke didn't like her, so she should have just moved on. Then they deemed her as needy and clingy, and she should have just went on about her business, get off of him. You know, he don't like her like that. First of all, if you know the show, if you're a real Naruto fan and you really know the show, you know Sasuke not doing nothing he don't want to do. If you really know the show, you know he not doing nothing he don't want to do. So to have a kid with Sakura was something that he wanted to do. There was nobody else in the village he didn't want. He could have went anywhere he wanted to find him a bride, to find him something to do. He did not. He went to where he wanted to go to. So the fact that y'all are upset because Sakura and Sasuke got together when you felt like Sasuke should have been with who? He should have did what? See, these are the things that the Japanese people don't really worry about when it comes to shipping. They like, man, the design, which a lot of people, Japanese people say the designers made a great choice when they did Naruto and Hinata. I agree. When they did Sasuke and Sakura, I agree. It's like she held on. She was fighting in this corner the whole time. Even when Naruto, she was crying. She told Naruto to go get him. She was in his corner fighting the whole time. So I don't understand where the shipping issue is coming in at. But y'all got to get it together. Then let's talk about loyalty. So Japan views Sakura's loyalty to Sasuke as a thing of beauty, like a thing of honor. So they think, okay, well, Sakura was loyal to Sasuke. Boom, that's honorable. You know, all the years that they knew each other, all the years that they were friends, all the years that they did this and did that. Well, she was loyal to him, so that's, you know, that's something to be looked at as honorable. Whereas Americans feel like I said, she held on too long, she should have went on by her business. So Japan deems it as loyal because she liked him and she stayed around, you know, trying to make sure that they was good and blah, 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 blah. But that's where a divide came in when it came down to how people view Sakura. At least some people view her, is that she should have let Sasuke go when, you know, he was like, go on, get out of my face, I'm leaving the village. But she still held on. Now, I don't understand, in my opinion, how she held on, because he was not into her at all. He did not even like her a little bit at all, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. He might have started liking her later. What I do know is he decided that he wanted to be with her, and so he decided to have a family with her. That's all I know. That's it for me. 1 + 1 = 2, and you can't make it equal nothing else. But I will say, y'all gotta let it go. It's done. Yeah, Americans are mad. Are y'all really, like, I know this is the consensus. So I know not all Americans are in the same pot, but are y'all really mad at Sakura because she held on? Because she liked that boy and she was like, okay, look, I like him a lot. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to maintain this relationship, regardless of how strained it may be at times. I know he loves me back, and he showed that he loved her back. So, I mean, are we really debating loyalty at this point? What's up? All right, so now, the biggest issue that we're facing, at least at this point, is meme culture, right? So they're considering that once Sakura was deemed sorry, deemed trash, whatever you call it, by meme culture, her fate was pretty much sealed in America. So Japan doesn't have the same meme culture around Sakura that we have. We call her sorry, we call her useless, we call her trash, we call her everything you can call somebody who we feel don't give any, you know, any leverage or any positioning, any good thing to the group, while Japan sees her as somebody who should be held, somebody who should be, you know, not worshipped. I don't want to take it that far, but somebody who actually brought a lot of, you know, I guess, I'm trying to make sure I say it right, because I don't want Japanese people to jump on me in the comments and be like, hey, you don't know nothing about us. Stop talking about us, fat boy. But Japanese people didn't find the same meme culture that America did funny. So Americans will call her sorry, will call her useless, will call her trash. And the Japanese people will call her brave, will call her visionary, will call her whatever they want to call her. But at the end of the day, once the meme that Sakura is trash came on, there was no changing it. Americans did not change it. So we've been calling her sorry for the longest, and she's not, in my opinion, she has feats. She has feats. They may not be Naruto feats, but not everybody got the 9 tails, right? They may not be Sasuke feats, but not everybody got the freaking shotting gun. Like, come on, man. Come on. She's a regular human. If it was anything, Harry Potter would be Naruto / Sasuke, and she would be Hermione. Like, Hermione was not trash in no way, shape, form, or fashion, but she wasn't pulling Harry Potter feats, and we know that. She was not pulling Harry Potter feats, but we didn't expect her to. So why are we expecting Naruto and Sasuke feats from Sakura? She has her own feats. If y'all actually would stop being crybabies and watch Boruto, y'all can see what I'm talking about, but that's neither here nor there. But regardless, the meme culture, once it took off that she was trash, nobody is changing. No matter how much you say, well, she got feats, now you got to argue from sun up to sundown that she do, and then you got to prove those. And then the first thing they do is pull out the feats of Hinata or the feats of somebody else. I don't care what somebody else's feats has. I can honestly and genuinely say she has feats of her own. She has feats of her own, and once we stop trying to compare her to two of the biggest characters in anime, I think we would see that. That's just my honest opinion. So, I'm gonna end all that and say I don't think Sakura is universally hated, because she's not. Japan loves her. A lot of people overseas love her, but I do think she's misunderstood. I do. I think she's misunderstood. I think that we've taken a lot away from what she has brought to the team, what she has brought to the table, in favor of immediate strength, immediate power. If you even look at some of the weirdos, they don't put her in the same light as Hinata. They don't put her in the same light as Tsunade. And I mean weirdos. When I say weirdos, y'all already know who I'm talking about. Or they'll put everybody else above Sakura. When in honestly, she's up there, man. She's one of the top ninjas in the village for a reason. For a reason. It ain't just like they time skipped and all of a sudden she was good. She was putting on. She was actually putting points on the board. I mean, but it ain't Naruto and Sasuke points. So, I don't know. Do y'all like her? Do y'all hate her? Do y'all want her to go away? Do y'all want her to stay? Like, what do y'all think? I really want to know in the comments, man. Y'all let me know. And I guess we'll figure it out when I see y'all comment. But other than that, man, I'm Terrence. Y'all stay floating. And we'll see y'all later. Peace.